What would you do if you had to make a life and death decision in an instant? The classic trolley problem forces us to choose between action and inaction, between saving more lives or upholding an absolute moral rule. In the next 5 minutes, you'll discover a simple ethical framework to guide you through even your toughest choices. Welcome to Cogni Life, practical philosophy to navigate real-world dilemmas in just 5 minutes. Imagine a runaway trolley speeding down the tracks toward 5 people tied to the rails. You stand beside a lever that will divert the trolley onto a side track, where a single person is tied. Option A, do nothing, and 5 people die. Option B, pull the lever, sacrificing 1 to save 5. This paradox highlights the tension between 2 moral theories, utilitarianism and deontology. From a utilitarian perspective championed by Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill, the moral value of an action is determined by its consequences. Bentham wrote of the greatest happiness principle, urging us to maximize well-being. So pulling the lever is the clear choice. 1 death is tragic, but 5 deaths would be worse. The utilitarian calculates net benefit. 5 lives saved outweigh 1 life lost. In contrast, Immanuel Kant and other deontologists focus on the inherent morality of the act itself, not its outcomes. Kant taught the categorical imperative, which demands that we act only according to maxims we can will as universal laws. Actively pulling the lever makes you the agent of harm, treating the single person as a means to an end, which violates Kant's principle that people should never be used merely as a tool for others' benefit. A strict deontologist would refuse to intervene, even if it means more deaths. Real-world ethics rarely fit neatly into pure utilitarianism or deontology. Philosopher Philippa Foot introduced the doctrine of double effect, distinguishing between intended harm and side effects. In this view, diverting the trolley might be permissible if your intention is to save lives, not to kill the one person, making the death a foreseen but unintended consequence. To apply these insights in daily life, follow a 3-step framework. 1. Identify core values. Height. Determine the most important principle at stake, whether it's well-being, rights, or duties. 2. Map potential outcomes. Zimbabwe list all plausible consequences of each action. Consider both intended and unintended effects, as Foot advised. Align with your integrity. Innocence. Course that coheres with your deepest commitments, be it preserving life or respecting absolute moral laws. Aristotle called this practical wisdom, balancing reason and character to act virtuously in complex situations. Consider a modern variant. A self-driving car must swerve to avoid a group of pedestrians, possibly endangering its passenger. Please the 3-step framework. Identify whether you value passenger safety or lower total harm, map the risk to each party, and decide on a protocol that matches your ethical stance. Every autonomous vehicle company wrestles with this very dilemma. Ethics isn't abstract. It shapes the technologies we build and the lives we lead. Which principle guides your choice? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this helped you think more clearly, subscribe and hit the bell for more Ethics in 5 every Friday.